In this video, we are going to take a look at computing a monthly payment on a loan and also computing the cost of financing. So let's take a look at this example. So first of all, here we have a loan in the amount of $25,200 and the annual rate is 4.75%. The loan is taken out for 7 years. So this is looks like a car loan. And we are always going to assume here that the interest is compounded monthly and also the payments are monthly because that's what usually happens. Okay. So we are using the worksheet called payment. Okay, so I've got this worksheet right here because we are trying to find the monthly payment. Now, here there is something that is going to be very important. Every time you are dealing with a question that's talking about loans, not saving for a future expense, also sometimes called a sinking fund. This is not a sinking fund. This is a car loan. Okay, so if you're borrowing money, the bank is going to pay now. The bank is not going to wait 7 years and then pay. Okay, you're going to be repaying the amount over the next 7 years, but the bank has to pay now. So the amount of the loan always will be the present value, not the future value. Okay, so we're going to type the present value here and then we're going to set the future value to 0. There is nothing there. Okay, the loan is taken right now and we need to figure out the monthly payment for the next 7 years based on the amount of the loan. Okay, so the rate here is 4.75%. I've got that. The time in years is obviously 7 years. Okay, number of compounding periods, because it's a monthly payment and monthly compounding, we're assuming that's going to be 12. Okay, and then we've got our payment. So this is going to be, you can do this on any calculator, Excel, Google Sheets, whatever. It's the same thing. Payment, you just have to understand that if it's a loan, present value for the loan, not future. Future value should be 0. Okay, now to find what is the total repayment, like how much you are actually paying, because you're not going to pay $25,200. You're going to pay more because there's going to be interest. What you need to do is multiply the periodic payment by how many times you actually paid. Well, there are 7 years, but you are paying 12 times per year. So that would be 7 times 12, which is 84. So this worksheet also gives you that. And you just multiply your payment that you get over here by the number of payments. And that's your total payment. It is, of course, going to exceed the amount of the loan. The difference is called the cost of financing. So let's take that number that we get, that's the actual amount of money we pay, and subtract the loan. And so, believe it or not, you're going to be paying over the next 7 years if you did something like that, which, by the way, the rate here looks like pretty small. And it's not, out of question for sure. That's a lot of money. So you should be better off actually waiting if you want that new car, collecting money, saving it, let's say setting aside 20% of your income for savings, and then getting the car when you actually have the cash, and then you walk into that dealership like the boss and give them cash, as opposed to, oh, let me be a slave to you, okay? Let me pay you $4,470 extra. So that is something that you should consider.